It's loud and clear. Box.
Williams Racing has secured a game-changing partnership with tech giant Atlassian, injecting millions into the struggling team, and it's set to revolutionize their future. But this deal, combined with Santander's backing, could catapult Carlos Sainz into podium contention, transforming Williams from backmarkers to serious midfield threats. Is this the start of an epic comeback? Before we jump into the topic, take a moment to hit that subscribe button. This potential partnership marks a significant milestone for Williams, a team that hasn't tasted victory since 2012 and finished a disappointing 9th out of 10 teams in the 2024 Constructors' Championship. The injection of funds and technological expertise from Atlassian could be the catalyst Williams needs to climb back up the competitive ladder. Atlassian, the company behind popular project management software like Jira and Confluence, is no small player. With a multi-billion-dollar valuation, their involvement in Formula One signifies a major commitment to the sport and to Williams' future. The exact financial details of the deal haven't been disclosed, but industry insiders suggest it's a multi-million-dollar agreement that could rival some of the biggest sponsorships in F1. This new partnership comes hot on the heels of Williams' recent deal with Santander, announced shortly after the 2024 season finale in Abu Dhabi. The Spanish banking giant, which previously backed Ferrari during Carlos Sainz's tenure there, has now followed the Spanish driver to his new team. This double sponsorship coup demonstrates Williams' renewed ability to attract major corporate partners, a crucial factor in F1's high-stakes financial game. The team has been operating under significant financial constraints for years, which has directly affected their on-track performance. Limited resources have hampered their ability to keep pace with rapid technological advancements in areas like aerodynamics, material science, and data analysis. The 2024 season saw Williams struggling with an overweight FW46 car, costing them valuable lap time and performance. The Atlassian sponsorship could be the key to unlocking Williams' potential across several critical areas. First and foremost is aerodynamics, the lifeblood of modern F1 cars. With increased funding, Williams can invest in advanced wind tunnel testing and computational fluid dynamic simulations. This could lead to optimized front and rear wing designs, improved underbody aerodynamics, and more efficient side pods, all contributing to reduced drag and increased downforce. Weight reduction is another priority area where the new sponsorship could make a significant difference. Formula One cars operate on a knife edge when it comes to weight, with every gram potentially affecting performance. The influx of resources could allow Williams to explore next-generation carbon fiber composites, advanced alloys, and cutting-edge 3D printed components. These innovations could help create a lighter, more agile car without compromising structural integrity. Power unit integration and cooling systems are also likely to see improvements. While Williams uses Mercedes power units, how these engines integrate with the chassis can greatly impact overall performance. Efficient cooling systems, optimized energy recovery setups, and strategic exhaust placements are all areas where additional investment could yield significant gains. This is particularly crucial for races in hot climates like Bahrain and Abu Dhabi, where Williams has previously struggled with performance drops due to suboptimal cooling. In the data-driven world of modern F1, enhanced analytics capabilities could be a game changer for Williams. Atlassian's expertise in data management and collaborative tools could help the team streamline communication between engineers, strategists, and drivers. This could lead to more accurate pit stop timing, faster responses to changing track conditions, and overall improved race strategies. The technical improvements facilitated by the Atlassian deal dovetail perfectly with Williams' latest driver acquisition, Carlos Sainz. The Spanish driver, a four-time race winner, joins the team after a stellar 2024 season with Ferrari that saw him claim victories in Australia and Mexico. Sainz's move to Williams, announced last summer, was seen as a major coup for the team, who beat out competitors like Audi F1 and Alpine for his signature. Sainz's role in Williams' resurgence cannot be overstated. His recent test session at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya provided valuable feedback that is already shaping the team's development plans for the FW47, their 2025 challenger. Team principal James Valls praised Sainz's ability to pinpoint key areas for improvement, describing him as a vital part of the team's long-term success strategy. The partnership between Sainz and his new teammate, Alex Albon, is another exciting prospect for Williams. Albon, who showed flashes of brilliance despite Williams' limitations in 2024, stands to benefit greatly from Sainz's experience and technical knowledge. Their collaboration is expected to push the entire team to new heights, with both drivers working closely to ensure the car's development aligns with their needs and driving styles. As Williams gears up for the 2025 season, all eyes are on their car launch scheduled for February 14th at Silverstone. The team plans to showcase the FW47 in a special one-off livery, building anticipation for what could be their most competitive machine in years. This launch comes just 4 days before Formula One's first-ever collective season launch event in London, where all 10 teams and 20 drivers will be present. The timing of Williams' launch is significant, occurring before teams are allowed to showcase their permanent 2025 color schemes at the official season launch at London's O2 Arena on February 18th. This strategic move allows Williams to generate buzz around their new car and sponsorship deal while still adhering to F1's new launch regulations. Looking ahead to the 2025 season, expectations for Williams are cautiously optimistic. While it's unrealistic to expect them to challenge for championships immediately, the team is setting its sights on consistent points finishes and regular appearances in the midfield battles. With the right combination of technical improvements, strategic planning, and driver performance, occasional podium challenges are not out of the question. Since Williams' most recent victory at the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix with Pastor Maldonado, they've experienced a gradual decline, punctuated by brief periods of competitiveness. The 2025 season could mark the beginning of a new era for Williams, reminiscent of their dominant days in the 1980s and 1990s. The Atlassian sponsorship deal fits perfectly into James Valls' long-term vision for Williams. Valls, who took over as team principal in 2023, has been working tirelessly to rebuild the team's infrastructure and competitiveness. This high-profile partnership not only provides immediate financial benefits, but also signals to the wider F1 community that Williams is serious about returning to the front of the grid. The influx of resources and technological expertise from Atlassian could have a snowball effect, potentially attracting more sponsors and partners to Williams. In the hyper-competitive world of Formula One, success breeds success, and a resurgent Williams could become an attractive proposition for other companies looking to associate themselves with a team on the rise. The long-term implications of this deal extend beyond just the 2025 season. If Williams can capitalize on this opportunity and show significant improvement on track, it could mark the beginning of their journey back to the front of the grid. While it's important to temper expectations, Formula One is notoriously difficult, and progress is often measured in tenths of seconds. The potential for Williams to once again become a force to be reckoned with is tantalizing for fans of the sport. For Carlos Sainz, this move to Williams could prove to be a masterstroke. The partnership with Alex Albon adds another layer of intrigue as the two drivers push each other and the team to new heights. As we look ahead to the car launch at Silverstone and beyond to the start of the 2025 season, the excitement and anticipation continue to build. Will the FW47 live up to the hype? Can Williams capitalize on this opportunity and make significant strides up the grid? How will Carlos Sainz fare in his new environment? These questions and more will be answered in the coming months. The 2025 Formula One season promises interesting, and Williams' resurgence could be one of the biggest stories of the year. Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion, has completed his crucial Pirelli tire test at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Hamilton, Ferrari's new signing, shared driving duties with his new teammate Charles Leclerc in a modified version of Scuderia's most recent car, the SF24. This car, which secured 5 wins last year, was adapted specifically for the test to simulate the expected lower 2026 downforce levels. The test was part of Pirelli's extensive program to develop tires for the 2026 season, where F1 cars will be smaller, lighter, and equipped with narrower tires. Over the course of 2 days, Hamilton completed a total of 161 laps, equivalent to more than 2 Spanish Grand Prix race distances. This extensive running provided valuable data for both Ferrari and Pirelli. The test conditions were particularly challenging. The SF24 was stripped of a large portion of its aerodynamic support, creating a low downforce setup that made the car incredibly unstable at high speeds. This setup is notoriously difficult to manage, even for the most experienced drivers. However, Hamilton's performance under these extreme conditions was remarkable. On the first day of testing, Hamilton clocked a best time of 1 minute 15.930 seconds over 87 laps. While this was slightly slower than McLaren's Lando Norris, who set a time of 1 minute 15.215 seconds over 159 laps, it's important to note that the teams were running different programs as dictated by Pirelli. The second day saw Hamilton complete 74 laps with a fastest time of 1 minute 16.759 seconds. Engineers and observers at the circuit were impressed by Hamilton's calm and measured approach. Rather than pushing the car to its limits immediately, Hamilton focused on gradually increasing his pace, learning the car's new behavior under braking, corner exit, and mid-turn balance. Hamilton's feedback to the engineers was detailed. He reported that the rear of the car was particularly tricky to control, especially when accelerating out of slower corners like turn 10. Despite this, he praised the car's balance under braking, noting that the adjustments Ferrari had made to manage tire degradation were working as intended. The engineers were particularly impressed with Hamilton's sensitivity to tire performance. He provided precise observations on how the tires responded to both short and long runs, information that is crucial for Pirelli's development of the 2026 tires. This level of detailed feedback could give Ferrari a significant advantage in understanding how to optimize their car for the new regulations. Hamilton's performance in this test was even more impressive when compared to his previous outing in Ferrari's SF23. During that test, Hamilton had crashed on his second day, cutting short a crucial part of Ferrari's data collection plan. This time, however, Hamilton showed that he had learned from the experience, making subtle adjustments to his driving style to better suit the low downforce setup. The SF24 itself has been a major step forward for Ferrari. While it couldn't clinch the Constructors' Championship last season, it was a formidable challenger, with Leclerc and Carlos Sainz combining to secure 5 wins. The car showed significant improvements in cornering speed and tire degradation compared to its predecessor. For the Pirelli test, the SF24 had to be drastically altered. By stripping away downforce, Ferrari aimed to simulate what cars might feel like under the 2026 rules. This isn't just about making the car slower, it's about radically changing how it handles. Reduced downforce shifts more of the performance burden onto the tires, which become harder to maintain over long runs. Hamilton's strong performance under these conditions is a positive sign for Ferrari's future. If Scuderia can develop a car that performs well even with reduced aerodynamic grip, they could have a serious advantage once the new regulations come into effect, and having a driver of Hamilton's experience providing feedback only accelerates their progress. While the test was focused on 2026 tires, the data collected could also play a crucial role in shaping Ferrari's 2025 development strategy. Tire degradation and handling stability are issues that all teams will need to master to stay competitive. With Pirelli now armed with detailed insights from both Hamilton and Leclerc, the tire supplier can fine-tune its designs to better match the evolving needs of F1 teams. It's worth noting that Ferrari wasn't the only team present at the test. McLaren also participated, with Lando Norris driving on the first day and Oscar Piastri taking over on the second. Alpine was also present, conducting parallel tests with their own car. This highlights that the battle for supremacy under the 2026 regulations has already begun, with teams pushing to understand how to extract maximum performance from a new generation of machines. Pirelli's motorsport director, Mario Isola, provided valuable insights into the test. He stated, "It was a very useful session, particularly when it came to providing a comparison between the various different constructions for next season, as well as experimenting with some compounds from the harder end of the range." So, Isola continued, "The Barcelona circuit is known as one of the most demanding for the tires in terms of the energy exerted and degradation. Therefore, the information we have gathered over these 2 busy days will be very important for the future development of this generation of tires." The test program centered around the development of slick tires with various combinations of construction and compound being tested. Specifically, Pirelli focused on the C1 to C3 compounds, which are well suited to the demands of the Barcelona circuit. The exact nature of the driver's runs and tire compounds used are not revealed for such Pirelli tests. On the second day of testing, Charles Leclerc set the fastest overall time of 1 minute 14.971 seconds over 74 laps. This creates an intriguing dynamic within the Ferrari camp, with both Hamilton and Leclerc showing exceptional pace and providing valuable feedback. The Barcelona test may be over, but the work is far from done. Pirelli has announced further tests at Jerez on February 13th to 14th, with Alpine set to participate on both days, while McLaren and Mercedes will each have 1 day of running. Following the official preseason testing in Bahrain, there will be another Pirelli tire test on March 2nd to 3rd, featuring Alpine and Williams. These additional tests will provide even more data for teams and Pirelli to analyze as they prepare for the dramatic changes coming in 2026. The new technical regulations for that year will make F1 cars smaller and lighter, with tires that are narrower by 25 millimeters at the front and 30 millimeters at the rear. The overall diameter of the tires will also shrink from the current 720 millimeters to a range between 705 and 710 millimeters while maintaining the 18-inch rims. The implications of these tests for the upcoming 2025 season cannot be overstated. Hamilton's impressive performance in the SF24, even with its modified aerodynamics, suggests that Ferrari may have a potent package for the coming year. Moreover, the insights gained from these tests could give Ferrari a head start in understanding how to optimize their car for the changing tire characteristics. The data from this test suggests that the potential is certainly there. Hamilton's ability to quickly adapt to the SF24 and provide detailed, insightful feedback could be the missing piece Ferrari has been looking for in their quest to return to the top of Formula One.
Alongside Max Verstappen for 2025. So it was a tough decision in the end. I mean, Yuki as well, a very talented driver who's done a good job testing for us only recently. But in the end, when we looked at all the factors involved, we felt that Liam was the preferable candidate to put alongside Max in the 2025 season.
Red Bull Racing's team principal Christian Horner has made an unexpected reversal regarding the team's driver lineup for the 2025 Formula One season. To understand the gravity of Horner's recent statements, it is essential to review the events leading up to this point. Red Bull Racing recently parted ways with Sergio Perez following a challenging 2024 season. Despite a strong start, Perez's performance declined significantly after the Miami Grand Prix, resulting in Red Bull finishing third in the Constructors' Championship. Christian Horner provided insight into Perez's performance, stating, "Sergio started the season so well, second in Bahrain, second in Jeddah, and tremendously fast in Japan, which is an ultimate driver's circuit."
Well, basically, it's been a culmination of things. I mean, Checo started the season so strongly, 4 podiums out of 5 races. It felt like he'd taken off where he left off last year. But then really from Monte Carlo, that race onwards, it's been a very tough year for him. And, we've tried everything, with him and supporting him. And basically, he's come to his own conclusion that I think that now is the right time to...
From Monte Carlo on, the wheels came off his campaign, and from that point onwards, we just hemorrhaged too many points. The statistics paint a clear picture of Perez's decline. He scored 103 points over the first 6 race weekends, but added just 49 points to this tally over the remaining 18 weekends. His best result after Miami was a mere 6th place finish. In response to Perez's departure, Red Bull promoted Liam Lawson to partner with Max Verstappen for the 2025 season. This decision came as a disappointment to Yuki Tsunoda, who had been with Red Bull's junior team since 2021 and had hoped for a promotion to the senior team. During a recent interview at the Autosport Awards, Christian Horner was asked about potential backup drivers for the 2025 season. Horner stated, "Yuki is in the pool, but our priority is on our race drivers. Yuki is a very talented driver, and we'll be keeping a close eye on him, and Isaac Hadjar as well." This statement marks a significant shift from Red Bull's previous stance, which seemed to indicate that Tsunoda's chances of securing a seat with the senior team were diminishing. It's worth noting that this comes after Red Bull's decision to promote Lawson over Tsunoda, despite the latter's more extensive experience in Formula One. While Horner's comments have reignited speculation about Tsunoda's future with Red Bull, it is important to note that the team's primary focus remains on their current race drivers, Max Verstappen and Liam Lawson. However, Horner's acknowledgement of Tsunoda's talent and the mention of Isaac Hadjar suggests that Red Bull is maintaining a diverse pool of potential drivers. Isaac Hadjar, who finished as the runner-up in the 2024 Formula 2 Championship, has been part of Red Bull's development program since 2021. His strong performance in the junior categories has put him in contention for potential future opportunities with the team. This approach aligns with Red Bull's historical strategy of nurturing young talent through their junior program and promoting drivers to the senior team when opportunities arise. Horner's recent statements can be interpreted in several ways. On one hand, they could be seen as a genuine reconsideration of Tsunoda's potential within the Red Bull organization. On the other hand, they may be a strategic move to keep multiple options open in case unforeseen circumstances arise during the 2025 season. It is worth noting that Red Bull has a history of making quick driver changes when performance does not meet expectations. The team has demonstrated its willingness to promote or demote drivers mid-season if they believe it will benefit their overall performance. Horner himself alluded to this volatility in the sport, saying, "Who would have thought 9 months ago we'd be sitting here talking about Liam Lawson being our driver for 2025? Things change quickly in this industry, and he's aware of that and knows that he needs to be the one demonstrating that he's the one knocking on the door." Yuki Tsunoda is entering his 5th season with Red Bull's junior team, now known as Racing Bulls. Despite being overlooked for promotion to the senior team, Tsunoda remains determined to prove his worth. In a recent interview with Autosport, Tsunoda said, "I just have to give them fewer excuses or reasons why they didn't put me in that seat. I will focus on what I can control and accept everything else. I'm sure I can do a better job than they think I can do." Tsunoda's performance in the upcoming season will be crucial in determining his future within the Red Bull organization and potentially in Formula One as a whole. His 2024 season saw him score a career-best 48 points, with his best finish being 4th at the Imola Grand Prix. He also outperformed his teammate Daniel Ricciardo in qualifying and matched him in race results. Red Bull's approach to driver management has been a subject of discussion within the Formula One community. The team has a reputation for being ruthless in its decisions, often promoting young drivers rapidly, but also demoting them quickly if they fail to meet expectations. This strategy has led to mixed results. While it has produced champions like Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen, it has also been criticized for potentially stunting the development of promising drivers who may need more time to adapt to the pressures of top-tier Formula One racing. Former Haas team principal Günther Steiner recently commented on Red Bull's decision to promote Lawson over Tsunoda, stating, "I don't think that was the perfect choice. Everything was a compromise. It's one of those choices. I'm of the opinion that Tsunoda should have been given the chance." Steiner further elaborated, "Would have been a better bet. Say we put him in the car 1 year and see how he's doing. If he's not good, let him go. Now he's sitting another year in the Racing Bull, and it's not motivational for the guy as well." As the 2025 Formula One season approaches, several scenarios could unfold regarding Red Bull's driver lineup. Lawson performs well, securing his position alongside Verstappen. Lawson struggles, potentially leading to a mid-season driver change. Tsunoda excels at Racing Bulls, putting pressure on Red Bull to reconsider his position. Each of these scenarios could have significant implications for the drivers involved and for Red Bull's performance in both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships. The importance of having 2 strong performers in the team was highlighted by Red Bull's 3rd-place finish in the 2024 Constructors' Championship. Despite Max Verstappen's individual success, scoring a total of 437 points, the team's overall performance suffered due to Perez's struggles in the latter part of the season. The 2025 season could be pivotal for Yuki Tsunoda's career in Formula One. If he is unable to secure a promotion to Red Bull's senior team, he may need to consider other options to remain in the sport. Christian Horner has previously acknowledged the challenges of keeping a driver in the support team for an extended period. Horner stated, "We're acutely aware that if we're not able to provide an opportunity for Yuki, being in all honesty this year, does it make sense to keep him? You can't have a driver in the support team for 5 years. You can't always be the bridesmaid. You've either got to let them go at that point or look at something different."